Welcome back everyone to another video. This is Double AA Halloween, here today to share with you my thoughts on what was revealed at the HauntCon / Halloween and Party Expo for 2026, including many of the items from Morris Costumes. Now there's a lot shown here, but I'm only going to feature a few items and what I think about them. Finally, I'm making a video about this lineup from Morris for the Expo, instead of saying I am, but then not doing it at all. So for me, on this stuff, for the earlier parts of the year. Anyways, let's get into it. So, the first animatronic we have is the Grimstalker Scarecrow. Now, before I mention what I think about all of these, most of them are not made by SVI, believe it or not. They are made by a new company called Sing Song, which it's the first time I have heard of this company is this lineup, because most of the props here are made by Sing Song, including Grimstalker Scarecrow. So this animatronic is a scarecrow creature with a burlap mask and tree-like hands, and he has sort of a smooth peekaboo animation, where his hands are over his face and they slowly spreads out his hands and reveals his face. And I gotta be honest, I really like that animation. Love that it's a scarecrow. It could go good in any cornfield display. Maybe something I might do. Maybe something I might get for my cornfield display. But I don't know how much it'll cost, and I don't know if I'll have the space for it. Either way, he's still pretty cool. And the only thing I don't like about him is the feet. They make no sense. I don't understand why they couldn't have given him some awesome tree-like feet, like roots or something. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him a lot. Just I don't know if I'll get him. Next prop is Eternal Rest. Now, before you are thinking of the Spear Halloween version, no, this is different. This is another SVI Seesaw prop. Only this time, one of them is a devil, one of them is an angel. And this one is pretty boring because we've seen stuff like this before. Now moving on to the other SVI item I've seen so far is the Forest Creature, which I am a really huge fan of. I've been waiting for more props that fit into a forest theme. Like, yeah, we have werewolves, but we need more, not just werewolves, like, we need more sentient trees, Wendigo-like creatures. We need stuff like that. And I think this, hopefully I can get at when Transworld happens, because during Transworld, everything is very discounted. But orders from Transworld do take a lot of time to get to where they need to go. But again, I don't even know if the three I mentioned, including this one, will make it into production. Same with any of these, I don't know if they'll make it into production because they're simply all prototypes. Like, you know, Groundskeeper was at the HPE for 2023. He was just a prototype and never made it to production. Same with some of the ones from Home Depot last year, which we saw prototypes of, but they never made it into production. So hopefully some of these will make it into production. Especially this next one, which is another Sing Song piece. This is called Dr. Fangor. It's a human spider hybrid. Love all the gore on it, love the head that he's holding, and the spider look in general. Only thing I would add is for more of the other two legs to move, other two spider limbs to move, other than just the two on top of his back, because having those, giving them random movements, would make it feel much more alive. This is only a prototype, and I don't even know if all of that motion will make it into production. Maybe it will. But I do love the gore on it, I do love the look of it, love the animation. And this is one that I really hope to be buying when Transworld comes around, or at some point. I have to agree with the majority on this. He is the best one out of this year's lineup from Morris. Next is an animatronic that reminds me of Spirit's Headcase Harry from last year. This is the Jack and Jill zombie. It's nothing too special. I do like how one of the feet is crooked, but other than that, it looks bland and not very interesting, even though it's like a combination between Headcase Harry from Spirit 2025 and Blood Brothers from Spirit 2019. The look is alright, but I've seen how Headcase Harry has failed with the latex ripping on the mouth, so I don't think this one will do very well, even though it is another Saint-Son piece and not SVI. Next one is one I really like the look of, and it's the best looking Jack-in-the-Box prop I've seen so far. That's similar to the Home Depot Jack-in-the-Boxes. This is Mechanical Jack, which is also made by Saint-Son, surprisingly. And he looks really cool. I love the look of him. I just wish his head was latex. Maybe, but I can't complain about that. Because it's just a massive piece and has huge proportions. But I still like it either way. Next one is boring that I might skip over. Axe Wielding Clown. Just another basic clown. We've seen too much of these. Moving on. Time Demon. I love the look of this guy. Has one of my favorite looks on props I've seen ever. It looks like something very medieval. And I've never seen a prop look like that, with how this thing looks and some of what it does. Even though it just has head turning and mouth movement. But still love it nonetheless. Next is an interesting concept but very bad execution. The Pop-Up Badger. We've seen something similar. We've seen a raccoon prop coming out of a trash can from Party City back in 2022. But this time we have a badger popping out of a trash can. You see too much of the mechanics, and I'm not really a fan of that. If it were just a badger's head and hand, then that, with fabric covering the rest, then that would have been better. These next three, I'm not going to talk about that much. Same with the next two after that, because I barely can see any of what they do or what they are, because Morris put them so high up. The first three are Mildred the Wicked, Hovering Witch, and Night Dweller. Seem like some basic ones that would be, like, other than Mildred the Wicked, the other two just seem generic, Halloween looking. And the other two, which I'm not too interested in, are the Hollow Clown and the Upside Down Jack-o'-lantern Clown, which also don't interest me that much. But overall, Morris has a great lineup for 2026. And, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't yet done so. And, this is Double AA Halloween, signing out. Stay tuned and stay scary.